Hi, I'm Keanoa Davis, and this is the Mayor's Youth Council Talk Show. And I'm here with Kate Deal and Brian Farmer, and I just have some questions for you guys. Now, Mr. Farmer, what is the Mayor's Youth Council exactly?
The Mayor's Youth Council is a group of high school age youth, so 9th through 12th grade, and they represent the community. So when I work in the Recreation Division, and our department is called the Department of Special Services. If I have any questions on new activities or just some input from youth, then I'll go to them and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? And also it gives youth an opportunity to make things happen too. So if they want to make a difference in their community, they have a resource, which is the Mayor's Youth Council, that allows them to have a voice, share their ideas, and then as a local municipality, we listen to that and we try to guide them in ways to help make things happen.
Cool. It's actually pretty cool. Now, can you tell me how the MYC was formed?
Well, it started back in 1999, and it began with three different things, really. The Recreation Division was starting to do more teen activities. We saw a need in our community that we needed more activities for teens. Our mayor at the time, Mayor Nancy Bates, had gone to the National League of Cities conference, and she had heard that these youth councils were starting. People were talking about developing youth councils. And also we had a youth center which comprised of middle school age kids that had a lot of activities to do after school, but then after they graduated from the youth centers and they went into high school, some kids started saying, what do we do now? There's nothing for us to do. So we sort of partnered up the Recreation Division, youth centers, and our mayor said, hey, let's figure this out. What are we going to do? So it was formed really in 2000. We had a meet the mayor's night, and it was a group of 20, 30 high school age youth that the mayor invited, and we got the word out, say, hey, come to this meeting. And the mayor said, so what would a youth council look like to you, and what would you talk about? And the youth started saying, well, we would, transportation is an issue. And they started throwing out all these crazy things. We were thinking, oh, they're going to say they want, a teen center, and that's all they want. They just want a teen center. But they, started saying a lot of, in-depth things that we thought as adults, wow, teenagers are thinking of this stuff already. So it started there, and then we developed an ordinance, so it became an official commission for the city in 2001. So basically, it officially became a youth council in 2001.
Cool. Would you say that the Mayor's Youth Council has been a good investment?
For sure. In a lot of ways. One is, again, since it began, we've seen high school age youth, and as a freshman going in, some kids start as a freshman, some as sophomores, some as juniors, but when they begin with us, it takes a few meetings for them to understand what is the youth council, what can they do with it. And then once it clicks and they figure out wow, there's really no real definition, it's what you make it to be, they just take off. So people, and I remember Kate, when she first started, she was real quiet, but as time went on, it's now she's the chair and she's become the leader, and she doesn't hold back at all, and a lot of good things have happened. So that's one way, is that we develop a lot of young leaders, and they help develop themselves through experiences. And then also as an investment money-wise, the Youth Council volunteers for a lot of events too. So instead of having a lot of people work family events or things like that, the Youth Council helps out, and that saves us having to pay staff and money that way. So not only that, but just in the past we used to do teen programs or come up with ideas. I would come up with ideas, and others that worked for the city, and sometimes they weren't so successful because we didn't have the input from teens. So once we said, hey, what do you think about this idea, they would say, well, that's not a good idea, or yeah, that's a good idea, or how about this idea? So it stopped, I guess, wasting our time coming up with random things that didn't work, and now we pretty much everything we do is pretty successful because we get everybody's input and the voice from the youth.
Now, this is for Kate. Why did you join the MYC? And
I joined the Mayor's Youth Council my freshman year, so 2.5 years ago. I joined at first just to get more involved in my community and as a pathway to get community service hours, but as soon as I joined, I was immediately just amazed by the absolute initiative that these youth leaders were taking in their community, and I realized that this was someplace that I wanted to be to make a difference in my community.
Okay, nice. What are some current projects you guys are working on?
Well, we have two subcommittees, and that's the Equal House Committee and the Community Outreach Committee. In our Equal House Committee, we are the plan is to take a trailer and to renovate it and make it eco-friendly as a kind of like small-scale model for a house to show the community, like as an example, how to make their own houses more eco-friendly and how to make a significant impact like in terms of environmental sustainability. So we're really excited about that project. It's been our project for a while, but we're finally starting to make a lot of progress with it, so we're pretty excited. In terms of our community outreach team, our goal this year is to have greater outreach to the youth in the committee. And so one of the ways we're doing that is we're running final study sessions at the end of each trimester for high school age students, just to give them a place to like study in a nice environment with their friends. And also we're really excited about the continuation of our reverse mentoring program, which is where teenagers help senior citizens and teach them how to use technology such as the computer or email and different stuff like that. And it's really been a great program because not only are those skills like really important in today's world for the seniors, but it also teaches these reverse mentors a lot about the seniors' own lives and really helps to bridge the communication gap.
What are some past projects that they've done?
Well, past projects and some current youth council members have been part of them. We started, I guess, going back a ways when we first began. It did start with the teen center. Like one of the big things was we need a place for teens to go. So we developed the club second floor at the ice arena, which currently has bands playing up there. Every other Friday or so, that there's 1 to 3 bands that play up there, and it's just a great opportunity for kids. Not like any other opportunity where it's a fun, safe place to be in a city building. The next probably biggest one was was Riley Skate Park, which we had suggestions from the community saying we need a skate park. Again, we went to the youth council and said, what do you guys think? Should we do this? They were in 100% support. So we built what's the largest skate park in the Midwest. So it's pretty cool to get the youth council and their input on that, and just to make it the best it can be. And then another past project, we've done a lot of events and things like that, but the youth symposium's been a big undertaking in the past, and now it continues to be real successful.
Okay. Have there been any like significant changes over the years?
Every year is different. As technology changes, people change. We've had at one point we had 7 kids on the youth council. Now I think there's how many?
Like 30, 40.
Yeah, so there's quite a few. So as the atmosphere changes and the ideas and the activities that we're working on and the projects, it's always changing. So I guess that answers the question.
Yeah. Now, he just talked about the youth symposium. Could you describe what it is exactly and MYC's role in that?
Yep. The Michigan Youth Symposium is a conference that is run for councils all throughout the state of Michigan, and it's where people can just get together and they can network and they can learn at a variety of sessions, but also have a lot of fun and just share what they've been doing in their own councils. We're really excited this year because instead, normally it's been just planned by a specific council, but now we're taking representatives from each council, and the youth is actually planning the symposium. So we're very excited, and we think it's going to be a very good symposium this year.
What do you most enjoy about the MYC?
I think just being part of it and to see how these guys grow when they first begin and how they emerge into leaders, and just that's an award in itself, just to see how. And I do nothing but support and say, good idea, or what do you think about this? And so usually it's with very little input on my part. It's just to see them naturally experience things, and they become leaders and they speak up, and they're not afraid to be on a talk show and in front of the TV. So it's just really neat to see all that happen.
Could you describe to us what a normal MYC meeting is like?
Well, we meet bi-monthly, so we meet the first week, the Monday of the first week, and then the third week normally. And at each meeting, there's free pizza, and you get community service hours, so that's always, good. And we have an agenda pertaining to like the various things we're working on, and then we break out into the end in our Equal House and Community Outreach subcommittees, where we, specifically plan different things that we are specifically going to do in the next month to further our projects along. So they're really productive, and you get to hang out with your friends, so it's a good place to be.
What would you say your favorite memory from the MYC is?
Well, my favorite memory from the Mayor's Youth Council would probably be my freshman year, and I joined the community outreach team. And we didn't really have any projects that were going on, and I thought we should do like a finals tutoring session, because I thought that was something that was needed in our community. And it was really close to finals, and so a lot of I wasn't really sure we could necessarily pull it off, but people convinced me that we could. So we started planning for it, and even though we didn't have that much time to plan or get the word out, a lot of people showed up at the event. And one girl came up to me and she's like, "I'm really glad that you put this on," and it was a great place, an environment to study with my friends, and I think this is great. And it just made me feel like, you can use this council to do like anything you want in this city, and you can actually get stuff done. Like, it's not just a name, it's like actual progress.
Okay. Now, Brian talked about earlier how the MYC is a great way for kids to build leadership skills and how to speak for themselves, right? Are there any other skills that it's taught you?
Well, I think it's for sure taught me how to organize and plan for an event. So where do you go when you want to publicize the event? Do you go to the newspaper? Do you go to the listserv? And how do you get that implemented? And also how to organize events so it's successful. And after the event happens, what do you look at the feedback, and how do you use that feedback for future years? So I feel like that has definitely been a skill that has been given to me. Also, I've been able to understand my community better now that I'm on the Mayor's Youth Council, and just the different facets of it, and just learn more about how I can get involved and how it's run.
Where can someone find more information on the Mayor's Youth Council?
If you want to find more information on the Mayor's Youth Council, we have a website, and it's www.f2h.org, and it has information on our projects, what we've done in the past, and how you would go about joining. And it's just an effective resource if you want to look for more information about what the council is.
Is there anything else you guys want to add?
I think Farmington Hills should be proud of the youth in their community. As you just heard Kate say, all the different skills that you learn from, they learn from this. And what is going to happen, and we hope will happen, is that they understand their community better wherever they live as they grow up. They know what community means and what they can do to make a difference in their community, and that if you speak up, you can make a difference. And one thing with the youth symposium is that part of history too is that Farmington Hills and Farmington started that youth symposium because a lot of other communities were looking at our community as a leader, saying, what are you guys doing at this youth council? We've heard a lot about it. We're seeing it on the website. And so they developed it and got more communities involved, and now there's over 100 different communities that have youth input in the state of Michigan. So we've heard a lot in the media about Michigan, and we need to keep our youth here, and everybody's moving away. They're going to Chicago and these bigger cities. And if we can get a youth voice in the high school age, and they help make their communities what it is, then we're hoping, with the state of Michigan, that people will want to stay. One more thing to add is, without the support of the schools, the Farmington Public Schools, and the city councils for Farmington Hills, it would be a lot more difficult to get things done. But everything that the Youth Council comes up with and ideas, and when they go to present in front of city council, they make it very comfortable for them, and they listen to what they have to say. So without all that kind of support, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. And so it's been a great program for the community, and it won't go away because it's in our ordinance and official commission. So.
And I would definitely just say, if you have something you want to, talk about, or if you have an idea you want to have implemented, you can take that idea and just run with it in the Mayor's Youth Council. I used to be kind of like passive about what was going on in the city, but it's definitely made me more assertive about the changes I want to see in my city, and definitely given me a conduit to have my voice be heard. I know that we have several liaisons on community boards throughout the city, such as like emergency preparedness, children, youth, and family. So our voice is getting heard like all throughout the city. So I think that's definitely good that the youth voice is heard, because it can shape a community for the better. And I would just encourage anyone who is interested in joining the Mayor's Youth Council, just come out to a meeting, and I think you'll find it's a good place to be.
It's not all kids in honor society. It's not football players. It's a variety of everybody. So it's really, you see kids become natural leaders in whatever group they're involved in, whatever they do. So we open to anybody, and we need ideas from all segments of the population to be able to get the voice we need to hear.
All of us here at the Youth Council Talk Show would like to thank Brian and Kate for coming in today, and I thank you guys for watching us.